Everything that rocks all day, the Big Dog 97.9. Foo Fighters, your Rocktober featured artist of the day. This is the final week.
That is true. We've
Final
got
days.
4 days left of it. Yeah. Remember, 8, 9, 11, 1, 3, and 5. You'll hear double shots of the Foo Fighters all day today. When you do, of course, you can help pick the second song of each of those double shots. Big Dog mobile app and BigDog979.com.
Rocktober word for this hour, the Rocktober winning word you need to text in to have a chance to end up in Vegas at the end of this month, or get a limited edition Rocktober 2024 t-shirt is Fighter. Fighter as in singular.
Yes.
F-I-G-H-T-E-R. F-I-G-H-T-E-R.
Make sure you text that in now, 417-659-9797. Your Rocktober winning word for this hour, Fighter.
Is hangry a real thing?
Oh, yeah, it's a real thing.
I mean, we all, I think, have been there and had this feeling. Maybe you've skipped breakfast or don't have time for lunch, and now you're getting more and more mad. The hungrier you get.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes you're just working and you just keep going. You maybe don't realize that you didn't eat even. That happens. It's not happened a lot in my life, but it has occasionally. And then as the work goes along, especially if you're doing like physical stuff, and then you mash the thumb or you mess something up, I think you're more angry than it would be eased a little bit if you would have stopped to eat a little something.
It wouldn't be quite as bad.
Right.
Again, they say hangry is, yes, a real thing. It boils down to something called gut-brain axis.
Oh, my gut-brain axis?
Yeah, gut-brain axis.
Where they're tied together and that they're thinking together?
Yep,
Okay.
the GBA. A busy communication line between your stomach and your brain.
Okay. Yeah, mine's busy, all right. Way too busy. Overactive.
Yeah, I think so. Imagine a steady stream of texts between two friends, as they say how to break it down.
Okay.
And when you're hungry, your stomach sends a text to your brain that says, feed me.
Tacos? Question mark?
Feed me. Very good.
Yeah.
And then you don't get a response.
Yeah. Just the dots.
And if you don't respond fast enough by eating, those text messages get more and more frequent.
Hey,
Feed me.
I said tacos.
That's basically what happens.
Did you hear me? What's up?
Tacos?
You mad?
What's going on? Tacos.
Tacos.
Not eating drops your blood sugar too, which can produce more of a stress hormone,
Okay.
cortisol. And when you're hungry, it releases a feel-good hormone called serotonin.
Being hungry does?
No.
Oh.
Being hungry, cortisol, being overly hungry, actually eating makes
Eating
it
gives you
less
this.
because it produces the feel-good hormone serotonin. That's why a lot of people get addicted to eating.
Of course, yeah.
Because
I think that's where
I feel good.
I
feel
it.
good now. This
Tastes
feels
good.
good. Tacos good.
Donut good. Hamburger good.
90% of it is produced in your gut.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense. Look at it.
We're producing a lot, Bobby.
I'm doing well in that department, or bad, whichever way you want to look.
All that combined, your brain can make you act basically like a toddler that needs a nap.
I do feel that way.
I think we've all run across a person that went, oh, this is like a toddler.
Uh-huh. Yeah, for sure.
If you want to prevent it, they say snack. And then the 5 foods they list as snacks to avoid being hangry. Don't like any of it.
Oh, yeah?
Well, one of them maybe.
What do they suggest?
Number 1 is crunchy vegetables like carrots, celery, and cucumbers. Well, one, I can't eat cucumbers because of my gut.
Celery is just crunchy, hairy water, and I've rarely eaten a bunch of it and said,
It's what?
wow, it's hairy. It's got it's got hairs, and it's crunchy, but it's water. It's crunchy, hairy water.
Man,
That's
I'm
what
never gonna
celery
be able to eat
is.
Celery again.
And how many of you have ever just filled up on celery? Like, wow, I've had a celery stick. I feel good now.
I've ate it.
Not with peanut butter.
No.
That's always everybody's like, yeah, that's, you know what's good about that? The peanut butter, not the crunchy, hairy water. Just eat the peanut butter.
Chickpeas.
Like, I like hummus.
No, just the chickpeas.
I've never just eaten chickpeas.
By the handful?
You're like cold chickpeas. I've never done that. I've never seen anybody do that. I'll give it a try, I guess.
Greek yogurt,
Okay.
berries, almonds.
So they just chose healthy with things then.
Yeah, nothing good.
I like almonds.
Almonds are good.
I like the yogurt. It's fine. It's not the easiest thing to just roll around with in the car or anything. Just yogurt.
Hold on, I'm getting hungry. Let me pull out my yogurt.
I'm gonna get my backseat yogurt I keep back there just in case.
So there you go.
Well, hangry, I do believe, as scientists have now concluded, is a real thing. If you are getting to that point today, make sure you have some snacks on hand, and let us suggest something way better than crunchy, hairy water.
Yeah. You're right.
Client was good with it.
Yep.
But you're right, and I thought about Snickers too. They've built a whole campaign about pretty much around hangry.
Yep.
More or less.
Oh. Patty J. Floppy Nuts liked one of our videos.
Great.
Thank you, Patty J. Floppy Nuts.
Yes, thank you. Okay. JetBlue being sued for serving an ice cream sandwich that was too cold. Patty J. Floppy Nuts. It sounds like a name that I would have written in my textbook in the 10th grade, in my math book.
Well, we don't have that anymore, so
That's
we
a
create,
bygone thing.
create usernames on TikTok. Patty J. Floppy Nuts.
It was always one of my favorite things about getting a new textbook every year, was to see what had somebody written before me, because
I think we talk about the sex NDAs.
okay.
And then Diddy wanted a gag order,
Yeah, that's
but the judge rejected it.
of course he did. Sounds like he was into gags and all kinds of stuff like that.
So secretly you're saying Diddy went, yeah.
I do.
Or,
Yeah, I do. But
don't like the dog dying in John Wick. Apparently that is Keanu's fault. Investors in the original John. Hopefully I'm not ruining this for anybody. And if you haven't watched John Wick, you should watch it if you like action movies.
they're great.
They
I
are
hadn't watched it for
amazing.
years. I've watched all of. Well, no, I don't think I've seen the fourth one now.
I've not seen the latest.
Maybe I did. Was it on Max?
No. The brand new one.
Uh-huh.
It's on like Stars or something like that.
Okay, yeah. I think I've only seen through 3. Then
You mean there's 5 of them.
maybe I've only seen through 4 then.
I've seen them all except for the very, very last one, which I need to go. I have to watch somehow. But anyway, the investors in the original John Wick didn't want the dog to die and pitched a happier ending where it survives. But Keanu Reeves was against it and successfully fought for the idea of the dog dying, which, in a way, I think Keanu is correct.
It does make it.
It's because of something else. Again, I don't want to give things away, because something else that happens, and now his dog died, that you understand more, I think, of where he's coming from.
I think there are only 4 unless there's. Are you sure? Yeah, I agree though. It kind of makes it even better that just because it's a central theme through the whole thing. Killed my dog.
Oh, you're right.
I want to see.
5 is coming out.
Oh, 5 is coming. Okay, well that's it.
Four was in 2023.
23.
I've not seen 4.
Still just on Stars. I don't think I have either.
It might not even be on Stars right now.
It says Stars subscription. I'm looking at a where to watch.
I just might have to.
YouTube Premium or Prime Time subscription. I don't know what that is. A Hulu Premium.
Basically, you have to pay for it
Yeah.
or pay extra.
A lot of premium subscriptions. If you,
Oh,
have
I'm
the
pissed off, and I get
Roku, YouTube Premium, whatever, or then you can rent it.
I get Netflix for free through my phone deal.
Mm-hmm.
but they've started new release movies or certain movies. I'm sorry, you have to upgrade to the no commercials, 20 some odd dollar version if you want that.
Yeah.
That ticks me off. It's like, look,
Oh, let's see. What is this just like? I remember something that was like this. It was cable. It was cable.
where it's like,
just-
oh yeah, you get part of the stuff if you want
that
this.
extra stuff? You can bump up to our next plan.
Yeah.
We're right back where we started. The difference is I can click play on it whenever I want. That's the difference.
Yes.
But billing structure wise, we're right back.
It's
where we were.
becoming that way.
Yep. Or we're going to be right back where we were.
There was a nice little window in there where it was pretty cool, right? I think that's over.
What a name.
What?
Finn Wolfhard.
Yeah. That is a name. A hell of a name.
Finn Wolfhard.
What
He
What?
says him and some of his It co-stars saw a mysterious man in black while filming at an abandoned mansion. Quote, it could have been someone just messing around, but yeah, it was pretty scary.
Is it Ghost of Johnny Cash or something? What is
I don't know.
Who is Finn Wolf? Was he the guy that plays it?
He was in it.
Oh no, he's one of the Stranger Things kids that was also in it. You know him as soon as you see him.
They were filming at an abandoned mansion in Toronto when he and some of the other cast went exploring. In a room on the top floor, they saw a man in black, quote, doing electrician work.
All right.
They didn't think anything of it until later when they found out that nobody knew who the guy was, and nobody ever saw him again.
Yeah, I'm still thinking he's an electrician. Of course, they didn't know who he was.
But it was an abandoned house. Why would he be doing electric work?
I don't know.
I don't know if you've heard
Probably not.
the talk around town.
It's okay. What?
Martin Short is getting it on with Meryl Streep.
Of all celebrity couples that I've heard about, I've heard of that. Why? I don't know.
Apparently, they hit it off on Only Murders in the Building.
Is that what it is? Okay, so they're the new thing. New celeb couple that are 70 plus.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And after filming a romantic scene with Martin for the show, Meryl actually cried and thanked the show's creator, John Hoffman.
Oh, God.
He asked her why. She said, and what she said, quote, I just got to play a scene I really thought that the likes of which I wouldn't have a chance to do. To play romantic scenes at this age with this band in this way. Meryl's 75. He's 72. He's the young one.
Oh, yes. She's cradle robber, of course. 72 years young. Give me one of them young boys. 72.
Yeah.
It's good for them.
Most popular wedding songs. That song is still popular?
When I read that list, because I've read this as well, it's like, wow.
Most of them are all very...
Oh, yeah. Wedding music, I don't think has changed all that much, really.
It's like the same playlist over and over and
Yeah.
over and over.
Well,
Once you got to a
they
certain
don't-
point. Every once in a while.
if you think about like modern
like
day,
the Bruno Mars. That would have been like
Yeah.
the newest.
that's newer. But they don't make it. Doesn't feel like there's a lot of new love songs. You know, like they don't move the needle like they used
I
to.
guess that's true.
So what do you
Well,
do?
some of these aren't love songs. Low. By
Some of 'em
Flo
are just
Rida?
some of them are just dance songs. Yeah.
Shut Up and
September.
Dance?
Yes, yes. Shut up, dance. No, there's a lot of new dance songs. These are agreeable because we can get Great Aunt Patty and
Get out there and dance to
Are
Dancing
still-
Queen by ABBA.
yeah, they're still good with all that, and the kids will still dance to it too, I guess. Although if I never hear Dancing Queen by ABBA again in my life, that'll be fine. I'll never make it that far, but if I never did, it'd be fine with me. If I never heard another ABBA song, it'd be okay.
You're not a big ABBA fan, I think.
Not huge, no.
Ooh. I give you the villain. You name the movie.
Oh, I like it. I love it. 9-10?
We could.
I'll probably suck at this, but yeah.
One minute.
Don't forget meeting too.
Yeah, that's us. We'll have to do that because of that. People like Bobby
Uh-huh.
and long-term relationships, it's easy to have a what happens in the bedroom stays in the bedroom policy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty well unspoken, I suppose, because when you're with the same girl I've been with my wife 15 years.
15.
Yeah, we're married for 11 now.
Wow.
What's to tell? We know. We know what we do.
We know.
We know what each other are. We're not going to go sharing those secrets. You know?
For people who want to have fun with hookups, they don't know if they can trust, who has your back.
That'd make me so nervous, man. I haven't had to do that in a long time.
Apparently, there's a German company now that has developed, there's two things here. One, a German company has developed an app called Camdom.
Like combination of camera and condom?
Yes.
Camdom.
Camdom. Basically, it's a digital condom.
What does digital condom keep from happening? Disease, obviously. That
It's supposed to protect us from non-consensual nudes.
Oh, okay. Wait, from them getting in or getting out? I don't know. What are we talking about? Like if somebody sent me a nude I didn't want?
No.
So if I send
Somebody taking one.
Oh, okay. All right. So you gotta baby steps here. All right.
Sorry. Walk you through the process.
Please do.
Because sometimes things happen. I had a girl once, like, I'm taking a shower.
Mm-hmm.
Phew, shower curtain throws open. Click. That would
Okay.
not be allowed with the Camdom.
Yes, correct. Yes.
Non-consensual nudes.
So we're video chatting together, and I have my Camdom on.
Yes.
You can't screenshot me?
Right, without me note. Both participants download the app, you activate it, and then it sets off an alarm. And one phone gets disconnected or captures footage, you get notified.
Okay. All right.
Apparently it's not available in the U.S. yet, but they say it's coming.
Okay.
The
pretty
other
handy.
one was talking about sexually active adults.
Mm-hmm.
95% of people admit to being at least somewhat kinky.
Like, where's the line?
I don't know what it depends on, I think, where you throw kinky.
Yeah, exactly.
Where does the line of kink start, whether or not you cross over that barrier?
If 95% are saying they are, the line must be pretty low. Yeah,
That's what I'm thinking.
me too. Yeah.
Other than this one position,
Yeah.
besides missionary,
What are those
the
5%?
kinky.
What are those 5% doing? What is sex for them?
They don't.
They just don't.
Yeah.
They don't look at each other. They
No. Put a sheet between your little
It
hole.
is only to make a baby. That is the only reason we do this. They apologize maybe while it's
Mhm.
happening.
Sorry.
Yeah. Very quiet. Do not moan. Do not breathe heavy. They don't do anything. Keep your eyes closed. Don't look at me.
More than half said they were shy about sharing their dirty desires with their partner.
Okay. Yeah. I see.
20% said they're hesitant because they don't know if they can trust their partner not to kiss and tell.
I mean, if it's a new thing, sure, I get that. And what if you're into the really freaky stuff? What if
Mhm.
it's something crazy?
It could be. I mean,
That's not something you
Can I-
roll out on the first date, right? You know, like
well, you can, and then right off the bat.
true weeds out the ones that
All right, they're out because
they aren't even willing to try.
I said that, and they
They're
look
gone.
horrified.
Yeah.
37% of them said they happily signed a non-disclosure agreement.
Oh, an NDA?
Mhm. I think that comes
Is this for a digital thing or for in-person lovemaking sessions here? The NDA
in person.
in person? That's interesting too.
Another 43% said they would be interested in the idea of an NDA for sex.
See, I just have a feeling like if a girl before we go to that, she's like, "I want you to sign this document." My head would immediately be going, "Oh my God, what's about to happen here?
Yeah.
Like, how crazy is this going to get?" And then I signed that, dude.
I was going to
let's
say,
find out.
I wouldn't even. We're signing because now I'm curious.
Now you have me. I would be disappointed if it's not pretty wild. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to make me sign a legal document over it, it better be something I've not seen before.
I think there's a lot of ladies, even though they watched the movie.
Like the 50 Shades thing?
Yeah, because that's what they do. He makes them sign an NDA.
That's true. That's true. He's got a whole house or room of
Yeah.
stuff.
I think there's a lot that would, in theory, in movie,
Uh-huh.
yeah. I bet if some guy says you got to sign this NDA first,
Oh, it's got to.
I think I
Guy
think
to
a lot
woman.
of people would back out.
Yeah. Especially man to woman. If a dude is going, "You have to sign this so you can't sue me," I think that's red flag for a lot of. Now, we as cavemen are stupid. So if woman says, "You have to sign this paper," what did we just both admit? We go, "All right, let's do this." Yeah.
Next
yeah.
thing you know, you're
Yeah.
chained up on a spinning wheel.
No,
and-
no. Help. What's the safe word? Yep. Yep, that would be my fear too.
Abracadabra.
I don't know, it would be in German or something. You couldn't
Yeah.
say it.
Yeah, that's those. You can get in trouble for that, but there you go. I don't know. So NDAs might become a thing.
Hey, if you've done this, if you've known anybody that maybe went these steps, that's interesting. You can text us 417-659-9797. I don't know anybody, any single friends that have told me anything like this. Then again, they may
Then
be
again,
bound by law. They can't.
They can't tell you it's an NDA. You can't say,
They can say they signed one.
can they?
I think so. They just can't tell me what happened.
They can't tell you any of the details.
Yeah, they can't tell me the details. They would.
I signed it.
They shouldn't, because if you said,
Oh.
"I signed an NDA before sleeping with this girl," I would badger you forever until you like.
I can't.
What? I can't wrap my head around. What was it?
I can't tell you.
Yeah, come on. Don't tease me. Give me the details.
Maybe that's why you don't know. They know better. They know if I can't do that because then I would end up breaking, and then
that's
I
true.
don't know if you get sued or whatever.
Yeah, you probably do, because I'm going to talk about it on the radio.
You always got to have a safe word. What creeps you out? Us in Missouri don't like public speaking.
Yeah, I read this too. It's kind of interesting. I've got the
Are enclosed spaces.
The map kind of has two different. I don't know why they lumped them together because the map has two different logos for that. So Missouri's looks like it's public speaking, whereas Idaho's and Oregon's is enclosed spaces and like a few others. I think death is the funny one because isn't like some of these other fears because hey it might kill me.
Yeah, they just death.
Heights or snakes, like those things are.
The funny thing about the Heights one, I thought that was like a trophy of a Sasquatch or something.
It does look like a Sasquatch. I kind of thought it was Sasquatch.
Just because Oklahoma.
I guess he's on a pedestal right there, or what?
Yeah, I guess a tall building,
Yeah, something.
even though he's taller. See, I don't think that's Heights because
It looks
he
like
is
he's on a
taller.
box.
He is taller than the box he's standing on.
He's standing on a milk crate.
It should be the other way around. That should be taller than the man.
Yeah. So snakes is a funny one too, just on like. I'm curious, like how many snakes does Nebraska have, or how many like deadly snakes does Nebraska have? Maybe a ton. I don't know.
I bet they don't have any.
Well, that's one of their fears. That's
Probably because they don't have them.
because they don't have them. So when we see them, it freaks us out.
Mm-hmm.
Now Utah, that makes a little more sense. I bet they've got some snakes that can kill you out there.
What? Oh, what's the gray?
They're not afraid of anything.
Is that what that is?
I don't know. I don't remember. One of them, yeah, I don't know.
There's 2 states on here, or there's 3
Three.
states.
No, there's 4. There's like Vermont over there is too,
Oh, and Alaska.
and Alaska.
Well, Alaskans, they're like, yeah,
they
we've
can't
seen
be
it.
scared
We've
of-
been a part of it.
They can't be scared of anything.
We're scared of anything. We'll die here.
Yeah, it's. We fear nothing, Lebowski.
What's the scariest spooktacular Halloween activity?
Scariest activity?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe like haunted house, maybe or something.
Haunted house number 3,
Movie
tied with number 2. So tied for number
tied for
2.
second. Yeah.
Movie number 5.
What's the scariest thing? Then I don't know.
Number 4, exploring a corn maze. Good corn mazes,
A good
kind of
one.
scary at
Like-
night. At night,
Like the haunted ones where somebody jumps out and stuff.
the reason I say that, if you go to a good one that's pretty long and pretty narrow, and at night,
Mm.
because there's always noise
Mhm.
because a little bit of a wind,
Yeah.
it is freaky, and knowing that anything can jump out at any time, it's kind of scary.
That's the difference, I guess.
That is better than haunted houses.
I've never been to the haunted corn maze. I've only been to like the real family friendly corn maze, where nobody's going to jump out and scare you.
Corn mazes that are, if done right
Mm-hmm.
at night, are pretty legit.
Yeah, I can see it.
Tied for second with the haunted house is visiting a graveyard at night.
That's a pretty good one. That just creeps people out.
Mm-hmm. Number 1, using a Ouija board.
A Ouija board. Yeah.
remember getting to go like with a Halloween party when you're like like a junior high-ish kid or something like that. One of my friends had a Halloween party and the parents took us down to there's a little old cemetery, back in the edge of the woods next to the hayfield back there that has some Civil War era graves and stuff. I remember that freaking us out pretty good.
Up in the northern part of Missouri, there's one. There's, I think, on Halloween at midnight,
Oh yeah.
you can summon the devil at
Oh.
this one.
Okay.
It's the devil's throne. It's a
Okay.
chair
Okay.
in a graveyard,
Okay.
or it's a headstone, but it's also a chair,
Oh, that's an interesting choice from someone.
And
That's
it's-
great.
medieval looking.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure.
And if you, at whatever midnight or whatever on Halloween night,
Right. Yeah.
the theory is then it opens a portal to hell.
Opens the portal to hell. Yes, of course it does.
I've got pictures of it because I've been.
Oh, you
there.
went,
Not on Halloween, but
you went to the
I
cemetery.
have been because I wanted to see,
Okay.
and I was up in the area.
Well, that's cool.
I'll have to try to find pictures of it at some point here. And
Never heard of that one. Opens the portal to hell. I
Mm-hmm.
love that. I don't remember that. Like, I never been to one that had that kind of promise to it.
the whole place, the cemetery it's in. Yeah, the whole cemetery is kind of freaky.
Yeah.
The way the gates are, it's really old school.
Yeah.
Um,
Man, I haven't seen that cemetery I'm talking about in a long time. I don't remember it having, like, gates like that. I know what you're talking about, though.
the devil's chair.
Devil's chair. It'd be a cool, thing to leave behind. Like, to just say, I want my headstone to be a throne with skulls on it. And that way, in 100 years, it can have some weird folklore surrounding it.
It is from the 19th century.
Okay.
So it's old.
The 1900s.
Mm-hmm.
So am I.
19th century. So the 1800s.
So the 1800s, yes.
They were originally there to carve chairs to comfort visitors.
Oh, really?
They were mourning chairs.
It was sit down and talk to your dead relatives. Yeah.
And sit on the chair.
Yeah.
See if I can find a picture of it here. There it is, but why can't it? There you go. There's a picture of it.
Ah, that is good. Yeah, it's creepy.
You guys want to see it?
Did you go at night?
No.
That isn't your picture. That's just
No, this isn't mine. I didn't want to go through all my pictures and try to find it.
Sure.
I've got a few other things. There's up there in the same area, there is a bridge, an old wooden bridge, like off the. I don't know. It's down a gravel road, and then you turn on this one thing that looks more like it's a road.
Yeah.
But it feels more like it's private.
Yeah.
But it's not, because grass is like nobody drives down it.
Yeah.
I mean, people do, but not very often.
Yeah.
But it's a wooden bridge that is super low.
Okay.
And there's about 4 or 6 railroad tracks that run under it. Out in the middle, and you're out in the middle of nowhere. And when you're standing on it and trains are coming at you, especially at night, and they're coming at you, it looks like they're going to hit you.
Yeah.
They probably clear that bridge by that much.
Wow.
And you're sitting there, and the wind will almost blow you. If you don't have to hold on or kind of sit,
Yeah.
it might blow you off because of the wind coming by, because they're flying. And it looks like it's going to hit you. And a lot of times, even though the bridge is over you, they know sometimes people there, they'll do the horn.
Yeah.
And it's super loud. And you can hear it coming from a long way away, and it just gets louder. And you can feel everything there starts rumbling.
Yeah.
Like the whole wooden bridge starts rumbling.
Yeah.
It's really freaky. Even during the day, it's like, that thing's going to hit us.
I think they finally decommissioned it and took it out. My friend's grandparents lived way out in the middle of nowhere, and it was actually a big bridge because it spanned over a big like gap with a river and stuff. But it was all wooden floored. It was steel structured, but the floor of the bridge was all wooden. And one car, obviously, you had to wait, and it had a way of freaking people out. It was because it was so long, I think, and there were slats this way, and then slats that you're supposed to drive on down the length of the bridge.
Yeah.
You had to stay on those runners, more or
Right.
less, or whatever. And I remember going down there to it and taking kids that hadn't seen it and stuff, and it freaked people out, because it's a long way. It was a long way up over the top of the river and everything, and plus, like, a heavy truck had fallen through it at some point, and I think they've eventually decommissioned it, which meant all the people that lived on the other side of it now have to drive an additional 10 miles to go, to town or something like that.
Bridges can be scary.
Sometimes.
Keanu Reeves has a reputation of being one of the nicest guys in Hollywood. But what I'm about to say might change that perspective,
Okay.
especially among animal lovers.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what I'm also about to say, if you've never watched John Wick,
Do it.
beware. I'm about to give something away.
Okay. Well, that too.
Co-director says the movie's investors hated the idea of killing the dog, thinking it would alienate audiences and kill the box office.
Yeah.
They tried to make the directors change the ending as having the dog survive. But according to the co-director, David, Keanu stood up to the directors and fought against the happier ending. And as you probably know, Keanu won.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
And really, to be honest with you, was the right call.
makes it better.
It makes him who he is, I think.
More impactful.
It definitely is.
If the dog is just at the vet the whole time while he's going and killing everybody, that's not the same.
No.
It's not even close to the same. It is a weird thing to stand on the stump for, though, right?
But I
We
think
must have the dog die.
I think it was the right call.
It just you seem like a creep when you say it.
Yeah,
No.
well,
We have to have the dog die. You just sound like a
dog
creep.
has to die.
Dog has to die. You sound like such a bad person saying it out loud, but it's probably the right call for the movie.
For the movie.
I don't know if it would have been even close to as good. It would have still been pretty
It was
awesome.
still pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But I think
For the storyline purposes, it's great.
it's perfect.
Yeah.
So
Hope we didn't spoil John Wick for you.
and we didn't we spoiled it, but we didn't spoil it.
Not entirely.
And if you haven't, go watch it.
Yeah.
It's excellent.
Yeah, it's good.
Here's Rich Glitter.
This is not headline news. The Menendez brothers could be paroled and out of jail by Thanksgiving. Lyle's already asking if he can shoot his own turkey. A judge rejected Diddy's request for a gag order, and Diddy even offered to supply the gags. A Zamboni driver was arrested for DUI after crashing it at an ice rink. Okay, I'll give you multiple choice where it happened. A, Canada, B, Canada, or C, Canada. And Liam Neeson will retire from action movies next year. The move comes a decade after he retired from good movies. This is not headline news.
Hope you have a good day. Hope everybody has a good day.
See ya.
Joining.